Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria, and welcome to the Ugly Boss Customer Journey Webinar. So I'm so excited that you're here to meditate for a little while on your sales and marketing for your business. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be so stressful. I'm here to give you a clear roadmap that's going to, I hope, clarify and help give a lot of focus to all of the actions that you're doing in terms of sales and marketing. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Victoria. I am the founder of Ugly Boss. We're a growth institute helping female entrepreneurs. But me, I got my start more than 10 years ago as a sales and marketing director for hospitality and travel brands. And from there, I started my own agency, and that's where I met Ugli, who is my co-founder. And together we service clients of all shapes and sizes for many years as a full-service digital marketing agency. And what we found was there's a real disconnect inside of a lot of businesses between the sales and the marketing. And when you're subcontracting a lot of people to fill out your sales and marketing team, which a lot of small businesses do, there really is a lack of communication, lack of focused effort, which makes it really hard to see that ROI, that return on investment for the marketing dollars that you're spending or what you're spending to acquire clients. So what is Ugly Boss? Oh, no, let's go back. Sorry. Okay, let's try this again. So what do? So we help women think bigger about their businesses, and we give them the tools to grow. I like to call myself the sales and marketing growth gal. I love growing businesses and helping kind of implement sustainable revenue streams for my clients. But we focus on management, growth, and scalability, right? And our aim is to give more revenue and less burnout. And it's all about the systems that you put in place and the strategies that you use. It doesn't have to be hard if you think strategically. And this is what we're going to show you how to do. So what is the customer journey that we're here to talk about? Okay, so this is the roadmap that you're going to give yourself and your business, which will serve as a plan on how you're going to engage with your customers, how you're going to engage with those potential clients, and how you're going to convert them into being paying customers. It's as simple as that. And if you think about it as one road, just one road, okay, you can start to kind of synthesize all of the social media stuff that you're churning out and the newsletters that you're churning out, and hopefully your business is churning out a lot of content because it's really important. But this roadmap is going to give that all like a focused purpose, right? So, all these buzzwords you hear, funnels, all these things, we're going to go and kind of break it down for you, okay? So why is this important, right? So there are 8 essential steps. And no matter how you slice the days, you could do, some more internet searches. Sometimes people can say 5 or 6 or whatever, but for our purposes, what we teach are 8 steps. We believe that there are 8 steps from getting that customer to being a complete stranger all the way to turning them into raving fans, all right? And what we're going what we're going to be doing and why it is so important is because at each step of this journey, we're going to really meditate, brainstorm, churn out that creativity, give our best effort on figuring out the best tactics that we're going to need at each stage. So if we want to think of strategy as the overarching plan, and the tactics are going to be what are the specific things we do at each pass that's going to, let us reach our goals at that each step, right? That's going to really get us the best results. So in order to sort of develop this overarching plan and figure out what tactics are best, I want to tell you that it's really important to have a deep understanding of the people that you serve, right? The people that you sell to. Not only understanding who they are, but understanding what their challenges are, right? Because when we're trying to develop good copy for everything that we do, we want to be touching on those pain points, those things that really kind of make our clients perk up their ears because that they want, we need to let them know that whatever we sell or whatever we do is going to make them feel the way that they want to feel or get the results that they want to get, right? So kind of positioning all of your sales and marketing language, offerings, content around that idea of what are the challenges of your buyer is what's going to give you the best results, okay? And this process of 8-step journey is really how you create that sustainable revenue for your business. So here is the map. I'm going to move my head out of the way here. So it's not rocket science, right? But what it does take is some concentrated effort and creativity, right? What I like to tell the clients is none of this stuff is rocket science, but it takes being intentional at each stage. That's what really differentiates success from failure is intentionality, not only in business, but everything that you do. But so let's look at the first stage, right? Let me get this little pencil out here so I can kind of follow along. So first is our aware stage, right? So we want to see a prospect's going to find you somehow. They're going to see an ad. They're going to search for you in Google. You're going to meet them at a networking event. It'll be a referral. They're going to somehow know about your business, right? At this stage, we need to meditate on what tactics are we going to employ on getting new, fresh leads, new, fresh people to know who you are, okay? So we're going to want to kind of list out what are the things you're going to do. Are you going to run ads? Are you going to be going out there and meeting people? Are you going to put referral systems in place to contacts and through your network? You need to be conscious about how you're going to spread the word about your brand. That's the awareness phase. Once the prospect knows who you are, we need to figure out how we're going to get them engaged. I like to say, how we're going to bring people into your world, right? Your brand, your business, your brand creates a world, a feeling, right? Visually, in the copy that you use, you're creating a whole universe, right? And so once people step through the door of that universe, how do you get them to kind of dig what you're doing? How do you kind of get them to, want to learn, spark their curiosity, want to learn a little bit more about you? And this is the engage phase. And what we do in this phase is we're looking at what kind of blogs can we be writing that are going to be genuinely helpful to the people that we want to serve. Our social media posts, not only what we post, but how we interact with people on social, right? How are we social on social? What videos are we putting out there? Everything that our brand is visually in video and all of that stuff, that's really the way that we engage the visitors that are coming into our world. So we want to make sure whatever we're putting out is connecting with the things that they like and they want and they need. Once we have them engaged, right, and this is where metrics really comes in, we can kind of understand, you can kind of get an idea very easily because everything's so trackable, what people are connecting with and what they're not connecting with. And, the rule of thumb is, if you find people connecting with a certain thing, just do more of that thing, right? You have real feedback in real time on social media. And so once you kind of get an idea of what's working, right, what we're going to want to do is put out something into the world that's a more robust piece of content that we're going to ask someone to exchange for their email address. So this we call, a lot of times in the biz, we call this a lead magnet. It's really important that this thing connects with a pain point of your target client, something that they really need, information that would be really, truly useful to them. I'm going to say this right now. Do not waste your time putting out crappy stuff. It will waste your time. It will waste other people's time. And this really thinking in this engage and subscribe phase, it's really the first level of this whole process. You're going to want to just really put your best effort out there, right? And really give them, whatever this piece of content is that we put out that they need to exchange their email for. This is where they subscribe. They're going to opt in to your email list. And you want to give them, is it a checklist? Is it a guide? Is it a white paper? Is it, a tutorial? Whatever it is, you want it to be something that is really good, okay? So once they get that thing that you give them, And by the way, it could also be a discount, right? 10%, 25%, free shipping, something like that as well. Once we get their email address, okay, then we treat this as a huge responsibility. People have nodded their head yes. They've given you, the thumbs up saying, I'm interested in your world. I want to be a part of your world. So this is where we really utilize email, okay? 'Cause this is when we start talking directly to that list. We talk directly to that person, and we want to make all of this stuff as personalized as humanly possible. And there's a lot of tips and tricks out there for exactly how to do that in a streamlined, in an automized way, which we'll link some resources in on our blog and things like that you guys can check out. But once we have that email address and we're talking to that person directly, what we're going to want to do is put them on an email sequence, okay? A series of emails that's going to get them to do the next action, okay? So whether they opted in for a discount, for example, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make the purchase and finish the purchase. So those emails could be leading up to inspiring someone to make the purchase, or if you're a service-based business, whatever that thing they opted into, we're going to want to turn that into probably a consultation or a call. So that process between subscribe and convert, we need to think of what is going to be the next logical thing that client is going to do that's going to have that deeper interaction with you, right? Then the objective of this part is to get them to convert. So if you get the call booked or if they purchase your product, great. We get to the excite phase. Whatever you do in delivering that next thing, you need to just knock it out of the park, because this is where you're really showcasing what you do, what your products are, the quality, whatever it is. So if it's a product-based business, make sure the experience of when you deliver the product is extraordinary, that they love what the thing is, they love how it comes packaged, they love all the details. People really love feeling taken care of, that things are personalized. If you're getting them on a call or consultation, don't just sell your thing on that call or consultation. It's extremely important to go through a very well thought out process for those calls, right? That works them through your sales, how you're doing your actual face-to-face sales, right? That process, that roadmap that you created for yourself, and sort of how you move people through, getting them to each stage when you actually are talking to them. But you have to also deliver a heck of a lot of value, okay? And so just as a small caveat, because I don't want to get confused. If you are selling like a service and you get them on the phone, right? If you're going to be working up to a proposal, right? This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, you're not just going to sell your thing. In your sales process, perhaps you get them on the phone, then you gather some information, and you get them a quote, and then you discuss the quote. There are going to be some pieces in between this excite phase and the ascend phase, okay? That's part of your sales process. But in this customer journey, what we're looking at is, okay, they're really excited. Whatever's going to happen for the next conversion is going to happen. Sorry about that. But then we get them into the ascend, right? So we're really trying to excite them, get them to understand what your core offerings are, okay? And you're going to be communicating all of this through email, or you're going to get them back on the phone to go through presentation. However you get them there, when they get to ascend, they're saying, yes, we're going to buy into your thing. We're going to buy into your product. We're going to buy more of your products, get into your subscription service, whatever it is. Ascend is your fulfillment stage, okay? They're your customer now. Yippee, okay? But it doesn't end there. When they are your customer, this is an extremely important part of the sales process, because you want to make sure that those customers are in love with what you do. Nowadays, someone that's cranky, grumpy, doesn't like what you do, you're giving them not the best service, you're giving them not your best products, it's going to do you a lot more harm than good to just, ignore that or not try to service that person to the best of your capabilities. We want the experience of working together, purchasing more from you, the customer service. If the product has an issue, whatever, customer service is an incredible part of the sales process. We also don't want to forget about upselling and cross-selling. Okay. So we want to put into place some kind of idea of, once someone is working with you already, is there any other products that make sense for you to sell to them? Is there any other products, any other services, maybe unrelated services that may be interesting for you to cross-sell? Same goes for products. If they've purchased, the shoes, do they need the socks? Really think of all your opportunities here, because when we really dig into sales, we realize that growing sales, you can only do it in 3 ways, right? You can increase the amount of people that are buying from you. You can increase the prices, right? Or you can increase the frequency in which people buy. This is really pretty much it. So we really want to be conscious of, once we have that customer that's enjoying their experience with us, can we get more out of them? It's much easier to convert an existing or past client than all of the energy and effort it takes to acquire a new one. So I really want you to kind of meditate a little bit on that. After they're done with getting your product, your service, through your time together, even through your time together, we really want to move into this advocacy stage, right? We want to really be conscious of putting some things into place that's going to encourage those customers to give those reviews, testimonials, be a part of case studies. And all of this is this kind of mesh between customer service and sales, where we're going to be really thoughtful, appreciative of the work that you've done or the purchase that has been made, and think about, what can you do while clients are kind of exiting their experience with you, right? That's going to inspire them to kind of share their great experience, right? It's either, you ask for a review, but asking for a review, let's take that very seriously. We can ask for that, not just, oh, go ahead and take this survey. We can be sending video messages, expressing our sincere thanks. We can be giving small presents. We can give gift certificates, Starbucks gift cards, whatever it is. Show your appreciation. And then lastly, after that review has been given, you think, okay, well then we're done, right? They stayed at the hotel, they gave the review, and they're done. They got the product, they did the review, we're done. No, there's more. We need to inspire, right? Stay connected, nurture that relationship. And that's really where we're going to stay on top of mind, impressing people, impressing those past clients. That's going to inspire them to keep promoting you. And so we often think of sales as a funnel, but it's really not. It's really more like a wheel. And in the inbound marketing and inbound sales methodology, we talk about it as a pinwheel, because it really is, each stage of this is kind of giving energy to the next stage. So once people kind of leave this roadmap, the idea is that those customers are promoting you, and we loop back to the front where we're getting more people aware of your brand. Really pay attention to the way that you take care of your customers. If you're on a sales team, this is kind of like a sidebar. If you have a sales team, if you're lucky enough to have people helping you with sales, maybe they don't feel as connected to the whole process as a business owner would be, but you need to really get them on board with understanding that the fulfillment team, the customer service team, all of that, you really truly are all part of one team, because it all plays into sales. It's so important. Okay, so what if you want to go deeper? So what we do at Ugly is, one of our, core offerings that we have is our customer journey workshop. And what we do is, if you're here in Miami, we'll work with you face to face. You can come, sit in a conference room with us. We'll go through this journey together, or we can do it virtually. But we're going to identify the gaps in the journey together. We're going to work out your core personas and their challenges, complete all this together. You'll get our recommendations on how to move forward. So it's all, us doing it hand in hand with you with our experience. If you feel any part of this is uncomfortable, you need some feedback, bounce some ideas with an experienced team, we're happy to go through that with you. It's $650 for the session. It's a one-time fee, and you can learn more about that on our webpage. We'll be sending some follow-up emails to tell you some more information on that. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and we hope to be hearing from you soon. Okay.